Vince Biddle with a big old upgrade. Was he? Yeah, he threw for 338 or something. Yeah. What did you say? Ah. Dude, Vince Biddle is turning into a player, bro. This guy's actually going to be the guy for many games to come. Vince Biddle might take over for Le'Veon Bell one day. About 100 years. Oh, +3 deep route, deep threat for fucking Karen Barr. Got it up to a 71, a real 71. And a yeller. Holy yeller. I'll do a little scouting here. This guy first. He sucks, tight. The only power back in the whole fucking draft. Oh, there's one. Wait. Yeah, all these receivers suck, dude. All the deep threats that I need to be good. It's unbelievable to me. Who's that? What is he? I know, what's he doing right now? As far as like... Wow! Holy shit. Having a big ol' year. Right. It was Willis Wild's fucking show to run. Yeah. It was his fucking time to shine. He lost his job. I can't believe. What a ball club. That's how you know you're playing ball, dudes. Miles Sanders with a dislocated hip. And Trevor Curran, who they signed. Unbelievable. I had to cut him, dude. He was a practice squad eligible dude. He's a stud. Sam Darnold with a dislocated knee. Quinnen Williams with a ruptured disc. There goes the Jets' whole season down the drain. See you later. Wow, big Aries Lee, the Packers stud receiver youngster. There's the shoulder tear. This guy's a freak show, Aries Lee. Christian McCaffrey, IR, see you later. Jelani McAllister. You coming in the fucking Lucas, oh, you're getting fucked. Charles LeBlanc for the Raiders. Kyle Phillips. Kyle Fuller ruptured this. Oh, there's a torn pectoral for Dwayne Norton left in. That'll end his season. And maybe half of next year. The way these injuries are. Kittle's back or what? Or who was hurt for like ever? Who was that? Tight end? Who was the tight end that was hurt or something? Or there was a player that was... Sure, yeah. Who does he play for now? Yeah. He was back. Wow. Only in John Madden football. You couldn't read it. Lynn Landry's out for the Bears. Wow, he's at 84 overall. Halfback, 24-year-old Lynn Landry. What a stud. This guy's going to be one of the top in the league one day. Jameis Winston forearm fracture earlier their season. Although they're gonna see if what's his name can right the ship. Gray. Gabe Martin. Leo Allman. Big old injury. Oh, now Richie. Oh, he's still hurt. Yeah, Richie Humphrey. He got hurt in our game against the Chiefs. He's a stud, 24-year-old, 86 overall, strong safety, superstar X Factor for the Chiefs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Texans are healthy as can be heading into this game. Looks like they got Travis Kelce in the mix. Oh, we're wearing the alternate classics. Since they don't have a color rush game this year, they're gonna wear them tonight. Yeah, you gotta look at all those stats, every one of them. All the seasons, all the career stats, the best thing ever. You see guys that are still active and go, oh my. On the all-time list.
You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap.
One of the only players of all time to go over 2,000.
Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team. Brandon Godden.
Yeah, I looked at all that shit.
All right, Coach. First opened back in 2008. There's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. The scene a few moments ago. Here it is. It's unlike any other in sport. As
both like teams made their way out of the tunnel.
These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They've certainly found their groove.
It's red versus blue today.
I think the sky's the limit for this team.
Lucas Oil. This is one of the best stadiums on the planet. It's gotta be. It's fucking amazing.
They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
It seems like it's probably real cool in there, like perfect climate. It's beautiful. It's just fucking phenomenal. All game. Indoor, fucking roof open. Let's go crack the top. Demarius Tuck back, set to return. We got Clayton Mahoney. He's the #1 ranked fullback in all the land. He's ready to play ball.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, making the 24-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
You saw something last week you don't see very
often. Kendall Antrim in this one.
But the quarterback, the trigger man, Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC. That's pretty impressive.
You rarely see that. Of course, don't worry, folks. He said the obligatory, I would have traded that for a victory any day of the week.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but still, he must have played awfully well to win it when his team lost.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it
there
himself.
It is, right out the gate.
5 yards on the game's first play. Second down. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
They come off a tough loss last week, and what's their reward? A second
Byron
straight road game.
Can't
Rarely are teams
this
happy
guy.
about scheduling. They're always calling the league
played these
office
guys
saying, how
yet
come
this
we
year?
have this game and that game? But when you're coming off of a loss on the road and you go right into another one, that's a difficult task.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Little mega run.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Right back to him.
Look at Bobby Okereke. I was hitting X the whole time.
Instead, he'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
Mashing X. He was a spin harder than ever.
The starters now on the defensive side of the ball for Indianapolis. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season, but boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
Who's Matlock? Orchard.
Looking to throw on second down.
Watson. What a throw.
And he's got his man on the out route. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
We got these guys.
A couple of first downs on the drive already.
This is going to be a tough team, I promise you. I usually don't play good at home either for some reason lately. I'm having a tough time. Those are like the games I lose are at home.
He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Throwing on third down, Watson. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
They could probably use.
So now the Colts backed up to start their initial drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys.
It was a 75th catch, got the head goal right out the gate, too.
That really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Oh
able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, second down.
Pick 6 that I dread.
And we look now at the offense for Indianapolis.
And this team is coming in off of their open week, and to me, a pretty good time to have it, too, because it's pretty much right in the middle of the season. So I would think that they'll be pretty well rested and ready to go for the second half of the season. But even more importantly, they got a little bit of a mental break as well. That's going to help, too.
And that would cover beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it's third down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The Sanders has got it complete.
Oh,
It's a pickup of 13,
what a
but they're
catch
still
by
a
Will
bit short,
Sanders.
and it'll be 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line.
Hey, Charlie. Hey. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. I'm coming close, son. I'm coming close, son. Bye.
Now back to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going
only
to
ran
happen.
this play 3
And
times in the
anyone
history
who
of
doesn't
my
visualize
life.
themselves
We'll
being
see
in
why.
the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st
Stupidest
down.
fucking play you've ever
That
seen
loss
in
of
your
3,
life.
a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Ready?
2nd and 13. This one
come down with that
incomplete. Too much contact
I
on
like
the
him
run
now,
of that one,
dude.
and it's 3rd
He's
down.
pretty
On
sure
the
he had
defensive
it bad.
side here, the starters for the
This year,
Texans.
at least last year, he was
They're in the
struggling a little
spot
bit.
statistically that you
He's
don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32
Yeah.
in the league, dead last.
I love how I
Those are kind of
can
plays
like
this
throw
unit needs to
guys
make
open now. Like
because
I can actually
they
lead
know
guys.
that going against a team
Finally,
of this magnitude and the way that they're
felt like
playing,
forever.
they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
lead
An
that.
incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw.
Wow.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players
61-yard
blitzing all the
attempt.
time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right
I
back
don't
to the
think I got
backfield
it.
for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
Oh, I
That's
got it,
really, really
really.
difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept
You
carrying
gotta watch
and
that. I
carrying,
can't believe
and he
you haven't
winds up
watched that.
sneaking it right over the bar.
Dustin Wilson.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Watson. Complete. The
Oh, it's only like an
Kelsey.
hour long, an hour and a
And
half
from the
long.
25, they work this to the
Perfect.
29.
It's like so
Gain of 4.
entertaining the whole time
That
that
throw
they
good
just-
for 4.
is
It's 2nd
engaged.
down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. It's Kelsey on the ground. And a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to get
After reviewing the play, the rules on the field is reversed.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Good place to be from.
Watson on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be
why doesn't he
incomplete.
jump for that?
Would have been a big
That
hit
was
if they had
Anthem.
connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route.
He's
They went for the guy on the
sniffing
fly,
that
but
fucking yard
as you said,
marker.
incomplete. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him, they blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to run.
Going deep for Hopkins.
What a play by Brew Crew. I just hit
Took a shot there on
square
1st
there.
down, but he couldn't reel it in. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
Gotta get Vinny Biddle in the ball
As a
game.
defender to gain some ground, come from a long
He's a
distance,
big nickel.
and have a chance to affect the pass.
He is.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Ooh, Lester Lewis, every time you hit X. Every time I'm hitting X for the tackle with anyone, he's trying to get off a block there, he just
Against the big
sticks
body
him.
guys in the middle of this day,
Big hitter
has got to be
every time.
priority 1.
And the line to gain here
Yeah,
is
he
the
never gets him.
37 on 3rd
He hits
down.
it. Kills him every time.
From the gun, here's Watson.
Oh,
There to escape, and
well,
he
there he
goes down.
goes. And Bruce got a piece.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find
Just let me
someone to
have
get
my
rid of football
fun.
before he knew it. He was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And now where will the side judge stop his block? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs.
Dude,
so you
what
can
is
have as
going
many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
I say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. Did you see how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side.
Oh, I thought he
And
came
that'll
down
wind
with
up
it.
incomplete.
Wow.
Bold play call
These guys
there.
are playing
Now it's
stingy
4th
defense,
down.
man.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other
How
people
does he
touching it
catch
for a
that?
while, and then you get a chance to come back to it. When things have changed a little bit, they have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Oh.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading
This
the
is when he
play
breaks out of
and
his
flowing
cut
to make
so
the stop
hard,
before it
Kelsey.
turns into something big.
Now a handoff here.
Oh, there the big
He
one
will be
stopping
close to a
left
first
there.
down as he runs into
Big
a
old
wall
monster
right around the line
masher.
of scrimmage. No gain on the play there.
Lead him
Nice
up.
job defensively, and it likely forces a
Ron
punt situation
Bruce.
on fourth.
How's that for you?
Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses
Ooh, look
and
at
see if this is
Morency
one of the key plays in the
flying in.
game, even though it occurred early.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for them really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it.
And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger ones later.
Is he still with the Lions on his game?
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Dude, what? I pressed the thing to bring up the icons, and I went to throw it, and he did nothing. I had to bring him up again.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline.
What the fuck is going on, dude?
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
They'll set up to throw, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times you just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from game. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
Well, nothing to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time, have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
On first down, it's Watson. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. A shotgun snap for Watson. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. I call it no gain there on the first down play. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. Open man is QT, complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Demarcus Robinson, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And it was the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars that go home with the victory. Daniel Jones, excellent in the victory as his guys up their record to 7-2 now on the year. Meanwhile, in our game, not much happening on the scoreboard, just a lone field goal in that first half. For the call of the second half, maybe we can get a touchdown, fellas. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
No. Big grip.
They'll keep it on the ground. Callaway. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Greystone, travel.
2nd and 6. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll drop the throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. On 1st down, Callaway. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5. It's caught by Sanders. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
On 2nd down, Metcalf. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And that is going to be incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on fourth down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here. Fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes our score 17-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned him 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
To throw is Watson. Going right side here, and that's complete. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Then it should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. Now a first down throw, Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. That's complete right around the 8. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Travis Kelce, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
So that drives 7 plays in length. And the result, a Houston touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, a long touchdown pass into the end zone. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down.
Foul.
Here's the call.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now. Watson. Got an open man. It's QT. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a second down.
Keep playing hard.
Brings up second and 7 at the 42-yard line.
59, mark, check, 59. Coming to you.
Here's Watson. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
First down, Houston.
Watch the run. Check 59, Mike is 59.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 3 on the play, and it's a second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. To the air yet again, Watson. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Joker.
To throw again, Watson. And Thomas has it. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
On 1st down, Watson. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Watson on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Texans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. Pressure gets there, and he goes down. Now, there's also a flag, but this might be on the offense anyway. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. And some room to work. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Callaway. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 2nd and 11. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard. They're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, exit. Right there, 54, right there, 50. Now.
He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 8 yards out. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Push him back.
Now Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
On first down, it's Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. In for the score. And the Texans get a bit closer. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
There he goes left side. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to, because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings.
Exactly.
There.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual
it.
guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Indianapolis, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for Houston, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.